winners? Let the pros show you how to make money. General Manager Al DeMarco, a regular contributor on Fox Sports, MSNBC, and Comcast Sports TV, brings over 25 years of handicapping experience to the table. CEO Steve Budin, the author of Bets, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, is the man responsible for creating the online betting industry. Together, they lead PickNation.com, your number one source for winners.
25 years as a professional sports handicapper, even longer as a gambler. There's one thing that is absolutely guaranteed in this business. Every football game is a 50-50 betting proposition here in Vegas, guys. And yet, so many times, gamblers and some handicappers even suffer from what I like to call paralysis through analysis. And Steve, I think that's what happened this past Monday night. In fact, the past two Monday nights, you often say here on the show, sometimes the obvious is the play to go on. Two big-time favorites the past two Monday nights, New England and Green Bay against Kansas City and Minnesota, respectively. Favorites covered easily in that game, and yet so many times guys look for an excuse not to lay the points.
Well, every now and then there's a huge upset. One of those games that you just don't see coming. And the mistake that gamblers make often is they see that game and then they go into the card the next week looking for that next upset. Where's the next big surprise? And if you're always searching for a surprise, you're only going to hit one once in a blue moon. You're better off staying secure with what looks right to you and going that way, and that helps you win.
It's no different than in baseball, guys. I have heard so many times over the years, oh, the only way to win in baseball is to bet the dog. And you will find guys going out of their way, gamblers and handicappers alike, to bet dogs. Often dogs are simply that. They're dogs. You shouldn't be betting on them. And they'll say, oh, I hit the big dog, but you lost two or three of your plays. What's the difference? You still came out negative money. And that's the problem sometimes with the NFL as well. You got to look sometimes at the obvious and say, yeah, the favorite is going to cover. Now, favorites and underdogs on the season are almost break even, but still, every game is a 50-50 proposition, no matter how big the point spread.
And at the end of the day, as a gambler, you're only judged by your bankroll. You're going to win some games and you're going to lose some games. Losing, I say it all the time, in gambling, it's like oxygen. You can't avoid it. What matters is how you react to those losses. Do you come back and change your complete philosophy every time you have a loss, or do you stick to your guns, stick with what got you there, and pull out a positive bankroll at the end of the season? That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. You got to dance with the girl you brought, and that's the bottom line in this business. You do not change your gambling, your betting philosophies, your handicapping philosophies. I know I was all on the Patriots on Monday night. That capped a second straight 4-0 best bet weekend sweep for me. Again, you know, everybody was trying to convince themselves, oh, Kansas City with a quarterback making his first start on the road in New England is going to be the play. Are you kidding? Guys, sometimes, again, as we said, the obvious is the best bet. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here along with Steve Budin. This, of course, the Countdown to Kickoff show, the only nationally televised show that breaks down all of your NFL action from a point spread perspective. Hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving. We've got lots of games to start with today. We will hit one of the worst games on the board, Arizona and St. Louis. Well, that's about all I got to say about this game. I really don't care about this game. I mean, you got two bad teams, and it really is a no-nothing game here because, you know, St. Louis lost 24-7 last week at home against Seattle. Steven Jackson, 3 straight 100-yard rushing efforts. He was held in check last week. Only 15 carries, 42 yards by the Seahawks defense. Meanwhile, Sam Bradford continues to struggle here. He was sacked 5 times last week, 2 fumbles that led to 14 points for Seattle. On the other hand, you look at this Arizona team. The first time they met, Arizona did win in overtime thanks to Patrick Peterson's 99-yard punt return. But there's not a lot to love about this game, and this is one of those games that you just take a pass because there's so many better games on the board.
Yeah, if I had to bet, I'd bet the under. I don't see a lot of scoring in this game. We always say it's going to look like a baseball game, 3-2, top of the 8th. I'm going under here.
I can agree with you. 7 straight in the series have stayed under, and the Rams are on an 11-4 under run. Okay, we wasted way too much time about that game. Let's go to another one. Buffalo and the New York Jets. Well, it wasn't that long ago, only a month ago, when these two met in Buffalo, and the Bills were rolling. The Jets killed them that day, and the Bills have plummeted since. losing 3 straight games and not looking good in the process. As a matter of fact, they've lost those 3 straight games, both straight up and against the spread, getting outscored 106-26 in that stretch. For a Jackson not at 100%, the Jets, I would say New York better win this game after that no-show in the final minutes against Tim Tebow and the Broncos at Denver last Thursday.
Well, they were on short rest against Tebow. They go to the high altitude, obviously, don't play as well. Now that short rest turns into long rest. And, you know, for the Jets, their playoff season has already started. And where the Jets do well, it's against teams that they can bully. This is one of those teams, and we've seen it before. The Jets will bully the Bills. They will get this victory, and they will cover.
Well, you know, the Jets went outright as a 2.5-point dog in the first meeting. It was a 27-11 final back on November 6th. They've won and covered 4 straight in the series. The last 3 in the series by margins of 16 points or more. Must win for Rex Ryan and the Jets. I mean, you know, this is it. This is a 500 team right now. They got to put together a little run here, or they're going to find themselves on the outside looking in come playoff time.
They're just lucky that everyone else is playing so bad, too, or this season would already be over for them.
Absolutely. Next one here as we finish the first segment of the show. Remember, coming up next, we'll have Trace Adams live from Atlanta with his 3 best plays on today's card, as we usually do here every weekend. Steve, let's look at this Cleveland-Cincinnati game. You know, the Bengals first opened my eyes, season opener, when they went to Cleveland, won outright in Andy Dalton's first start. Now, the Bengals coming in here with 2 straight losses after having won 5 in a row, but they were 2 competitive losses against the best teams in their division, the Steelers and the Ravens. Andy Dalton certainly struggled here. 5 interceptions the last 2 games, but he's not playing the Ravens or the Steelers defense this week.
That's for sure. Well, look, are the Cincinnati Bengals ready, though, to be a 7.5-point favorite? You know, this is a game that traditionally, it's like the little mini Ohio Super Bowl, because usually none of these teams are contending. They meet each other at the end of the year, and they go at it. Therefore, I always like to take the points in these games, no matter which team is the favorite, and I've been very successful doing that. I'm going to take Cleveland here, plus 7.5. I think they keep it close enough to cover.
Well, I beg to differ here. I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to go with Cincinnati because this Cleveland team has shown me absolutely nothing offensively all year. Colt McCoy's banged up. They don't really have a healthy, productive ground game either. Barely lucky to hold on for a 14-10 win against another offensively impotent team, Jacksonville, last week, and that was at home. And the Browns have only covered 3 of their last 18 games. 3-15 against the spread. Those are the type of percentage plays you got to go with. I say you're wrong. I'll go ahead with Cincinnati. If you put a gun to my head, would I put my own money on this game? Are you kidding me? Never in a million years.
It's a good point. We only would put money on our best bets, and for everyone out there watching, they should know that.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, this is a countdown to kickoff show. Al DeMarco here along with Steve Budin. And again, we break down all your games from a point spread perspective. If you miss any portion of today's show, just go over to the website and you can catch it all there in its entirety. Once again, in just a minute, we are going to be joined by handicapper Trace Adams, like me, a veteran of over 20 years in this handicapping business, with his free picks today coming up in just a moment. You want to get my best bet today for free? Steve's latest play from the Baltimore Crew is #1 NFL service. That is 30-14 over the past 4 years combined. Guys, you can. Plus all the handicappers at picknation.com. All their plays, all their analysis today for free, simply by trying out the 1-day free all-access pass. And when we say free, we mean it. No strings attached.
Al, I've been in this business 25 years, both sides of the fence. I've never seen a company do this. I've never seen a company so confident in their system and in their handicappers that they were willing to give everything away for free so that the entire public can see exactly what's going on before they make a decision whether to participate or not. This is really revolutionary.
I mean, listen, we're 100% online business, guys. There's no 800 numbers. There's no salesman. We don't want your phone number. We don't care about any of that stuff. You come to picknation.com. You click on the free 1-day all-access pass, and you get all of our plays, all the handicappers for free, no strings attached. I can't emphasize that enough. Now, here's the deal, though. You are getting 9-10 handicappers plays for free. If you had bought them all separately today, guys, you would be spending $500-600 at least. You're getting it all for free. Why? I think it also goes to show that I feel that we have put together the strongest staff of professional handicappers in the business, guys that win consistently, guys that make you money over the long haul, guys like Anthony Red, Craig Davis, myself, your Baltimore Crew. And this is the best way of doing it because people say, well, put your money where your mouth is. We don't want your money. We're just going to give it to you for free, and the proof is in the pudding.
And we're going to let you build your bankroll on us so that you can go ahead, build that bankroll, and get ready to turn it into big profits over the season.
So guys, you're here at picknation.com. You go there, you click on the free one-day all-access pass. You enter your information, you get your user code, and off you go. It's free, one-day free all-access pass right now at picknation.com.